welcome back. This is Malaikaheamae, and I'm back with your energy read. Okay. So keep in mind that this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate because it's not a personal reading. I'm picking up on energies from the collective. But I asked for the most pressing message that needed to come over right now to help give guidance to those that are struggling and going through things at this moment. Okay? So let's see. Let's begin. Let me see. Let me get a general energy of what's going on. Okay, so somebody is struggling to create. They feel like their drive is dissipating. And this is because they're not showing gratitude. And that's why things are falling apart. Like when we come into abundance, we have to be thankful for those things that are brought into our lives, even if they're not truly to our liking, because everything that is brought into our lives is there to teach us a lesson. So even if it didn't have the best of outcome, the lesson from it, you should be grateful for it. Because now you learned that lesson, you don't have to repeat it unless you're pretending as though you don't know that lesson. Okay, so someone is going through this rejection phase. Like they feel like they are being rejected by people around them. And the only reason that happens is when you reject yourself. If you are not grounded in who you are individually, you will feel this sense of rejection. And right now, the only thing that's holding you back is yourself. There's nothing really blocking you other than your thoughts at this moment. And right now, you need to find that balance within the thoughts. Because you were, in the past, you were dealing with issues surrounding insecurity. And right now, you are being urged to persevere, right? In the past, you were impatient, like, oh, I'm giving so much and I'm not getting back. Be patient. That's all I'm going to say. Because right now, there's this big karmic shift coming in. And depending on what side of the karmic wheel you're going to fall in, this could be a very affluent time for some of us, right? So just hold on a little longer. Watch what I'm telling you. Mark my words. This whole process was to help you discover who you are. Because in this world, we are forced, we're placed, so many labels are placed all on us of who we are and who are we, how we're supposed to show up. And it's not until you discard all of those labels and recenter yourself and get into who you are, and that usually comes from isolation from everyone, in order for you to figure out where you're supposed to be in life. And those people that are discarded right now that you had to walk away from is because they were not a part of your destiny. And you are being aligned with your destiny. So right now you're on your quest. And so you need to look left, look right, and see who's there. Because those people are there to usher you into that next stage. You are going through a renewal process right now. Trust your instincts. That individual that you was going through stuff, that's not your soulmate. I mean, they were there to give you some lessons so that you could get online with who your life partner is. I mean, you have soulmates and then you have your life partner. Soulmates are people that are cut out the same fabric of your life, and they signed up to give us certain karmic lessons in life. Whether it's positive karma or negative karma, they're here to show us that. But right now, you're moving into a place of joy. And yes, you went through some bittersweet moments and you felt like you weren't expanded and you couldn't see the growth that was going on. That was because you did not accept yourself. Self-acceptance is key to valuing who you are. You are being shifted from this place of complacency because you need to stand up and be who you are. Yes, you've dealt with trickery and deception in your life, but this was all to help perfect you, right? Because everything that we go through The people that we find undesirable are usually a reflection of us in some shape, form, or fashion. 9 times out of 10 is exaggerated, because if it was on the same level, you would just co-sign the behavior. So these people had to show up and show out so you could make changes within you, set healthy boundaries and certain things in your life just to bring everything together. So have faith. All of that gossip in the past, let that go. That need for isolation that you're coming out of that hermit-like stage, and you are being urged to follow your passion, because in the past you were suppressing that and you were taking on the role of a victim. You're not a victim. If you're still here to tell a tale of what happened yesterday, you're not a victim, you're a survivor. So shift from that victimhood state to a state of survival. A survivor looks back at all of the things that they went through and realize that all of those things were put in place to build their spiritual strength. And now that they're stronger, they can move on forward with this new gained wisdom. Now, a victim is one of those people who wallow in self-pity and woe is me and want to keep talking about what happened yesterday with no solutions of how is that going to benefit them tomorrow. You, my friend, are on a path of enlightenment, and that's part of your quest. Expect a miracle. There's a miracle that's going to take place based on some prayers that you had in the past. You're going to start seeing the harvest. It's going to be the harvest time for those seeds that you planted a few months back. Things are not over. Somebody's struggling with forgiveness, and that usually takes 2 people involved, but on both sides it takes accountability. There has to be accountability on both ends in order for forgiveness to manifest. Mysticism is going to play a role in your life. Things that are those unseen hands that are working to bring things about, you're going to see them come about. Let go of any guilt, because guilt is all a matter of perception. Like, guilt is, don't feel guilty about things. Those are life lessons that you had to learn in order to get to the next place. So why feel guilty about them? As long as you learned the lesson from them and you're not repeating that cycle over and over again, there's no reason to feel guilt. It's all a facade, it's a false front. Right now you're being urged to give to those that are in need of your services, right? There are people that need help with recovering certain things that were lost, and there are some people that's struggling with ego issues because they're confused about who they were, and their ego is helping them to guard them from the pain that they suffered from in the past. It's because they don't want to keep going through the grief. So that they've created this overinflated ego that's there to protect them. But at the same time, that same ego that's put up to protect you can hurt you, because now you have it up and you have these walls up to the wrong individuals, right? So all of this was about a self-discovery process. And the wisdom that you obtained in the past is going to help you get this abundance that you are seeking and moving forward. Let's see here. Trust your intuition. Think about the awareness, the things that have been channeled to you about your lack of balance. It was telling you that it was important for you to stand your ground and to release these certain partnerships and alliances that did not line up to your destination of where you're going. Now you can expect some positive movement forward due to your past you were patiently planning out events, rebuilding that firm foundation, and now you're going to seek the recognition and the reward because you took the time out to withdraw emotionally from things that were very heavy on your mind. Trust your intuition when it's telling you to get by yourself. you are in walking away from these relationships that did not mean you well so that you can step in the light. Sometimes people that are not a part of our journey, if they are stuck on side of us, that's gonna keep us back from where we need to be. Why? Because it reminds me of the story of the little red hen. With the little red hen, she was creating a feast. She was making some bread. She asked her different quote unquote friends if they would help her get all of this stuff together for it, and they all said no, they would not help her. Then when it was time to eat, they was all ready to sit down and partake in it. But she told them no. Why? Because she stood her ground and she set those boundaries that we was talking about. And when she set those boundaries, from standing her ground, she set those boundaries, then she was able to fully partake in the fruits of her labor. Now, if she did not set those boundaries, she would have been doing all that work, and people would have just been eating away at everything that she's built without even putting in. So that light, that beacon of light that told you to cut away those people that were acting like leeches in your life, because you had to choose wisely who you were going to allow into your palace. Because in the past, you realize these people, they rocked the boat. Your foundation was not secure, and they had you trapped in fear. But the wisdom that you gained about those movements and decisions and choices from your past is what is fueling your current passion right now in life. So be patient. That's the message that I'm giving you right now. You, in the past, you were tested with different temptation, and you were being urged to be patient at the same time. And you were watching all of these things, and you were realizing, oh no, woe is me. Things are not coming the way that I want them to come. And then you started falling to the realms of deception and envy and all of those different things. And you suppressed your voice because you felt like if you did not speak out, then you can get all of the things you wanted. But you learned that by you not doing that, by you not speaking out, you weren't able to move forward in your life. But all of those things in the past, guess who has a come up? You do. Why? Because you opened your heart. You did not allow your heart chakra to be blocked off based on what you went through in the past. And you developed that confidence because you started seeing your own value and worth. And when you acknowledge your own value and worth, people around you acknowledge it as well. That's why this material harvest that's coming in very soon is coming. Because you chose not to start all over these unions that were going to force you to sacrifice yourself. You took a break out and said, you know what? Let me take time to myself. I'm not going to jump into another rebound situation. I'm going to stand here and stand on my truth. And if I have to suffer and what seems like suffering, which really wasn't, you're going to do so. And that's why you were triumphant. Because right now you're living out your destiny. And that's why material and spiritual prosperity is on the way. When you did not trust your intuition, that's when the universe had to step in and remind you of who you were and who your power, your inner power was. All of those obstacles and challenges were placed in a way so you can see who you truly are right now. And you stopped allowing people to exert their authority over you. So now you can rejoice in a celebration and you will be triumphant. All that mental conflict is a thing of the past. Why? Because you've developed the most important thing, and that's spiritual strength, right? So by you not rushing forward into things in the past, you built a strong foundation so you can build this achievement that's on its way in. All those emotional losses, the conflict and defeat, the discontent and boredom, the heartache and losses, you not feeling hopeful was all to show you about your shadow side and how your shadow side can quickly take over based on the quality of your thoughts. In the past, you weren't willing to make these changes because you didn't trust that information that was being channeled to yourself. But now you're learning to trust your intuition and to trust you. Once you trust you, you're going to be able to bring in the people that bring out your highest good. There's some love on the way here, right? And the financial material changes that you suffer from in the past, trust your third eye. Trust the things are going to come into your life that's going to transform your things. So the fulfillment of your wishes will be a thing of the present, right? So no more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never truly spiritual. Take back your given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. Detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. This talks about the little red hen that we were just talking about in the beginning. She realized that those people that were around her were not her friends. They weren't there to support her. So when she set them healthy boundaries, and when it was time for harvest season, she made sure that not everybody got a prize, because everyone didn't deserve a prize in that scenario. So we must keep all of these things in mind as we move forward in this life. And let me pull one more from the Attracting Abundance card. Think well. The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. If you want to improve an area of your life, you must improve the way you think about it. Think abundance, not lack. Think joy, not sorrow. Think forgiveness, not resentment. And harmony. A man is not rightly conditioned until he is a happy, healthy, and prosperous being. And happiness, health, and prosperity are the result of a harmonious adjustment of the inner with the outer of the man with his surroundings. That goes back to what I was just saying about how you see yourself is how people will see you in kind. So generate that. Those are the experiences. That's the frequency you want. What energy you're emitting. Whatever energy you're emitting, that's what you're going to be taking back. And reconcile. If you wish to apologize to someone but can't get in touch with them, mentally send them your heartfelt apologies and know that they have heard you and forgiven you, because everything is an energy exchange. So even in you thinking positive thoughts in reference to someone, that will be sent out. That's how I'm able to channel messages, because I know how to feel energies and I know how to interpret them when they come across. Let me pull one more just to see. Oops, I dropped it. Pull one more. Energize. Don't focus on any pain, discomfort, or ill health that you're experiencing. Focus instead on being well. Always think of yourself as being completely happy, full of energy, at ease with yourself, and in vibrant health. Okay, well, that concludes this current reading. I'll be back with another. Thank you for tuning in to Malaikaheamae. Make sure you go check out my website at shekinahearthwisdom.com. And you have a glorious day. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share.